Really, Mona? This is what we've reduced our creative direction down to? Your team has gotten so fucking lax to where they can't even come up with believable and interesting storylines for your cast anymore? Seems like y'all need to do some recasting behind the scenes, not just in front of the cameras. But anyway, y'all, this is going to be my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 2. I just want to go ahead and say this is going to be a short-ass review. This was a boring-ass episode in comparison to last week. We opened up the scene. We finally got A1 and Ray J. And A1's had a great year. He's had like 7 number 1 hits or something on the Billboard Top 100. So that's cool. Ray J's been in marital bliss for the last year with Princess, and they've been traveling and they just got back into the country. So now they're focusing on having a baby. But unfortunately, Ray J tells us that Princess hasn't been able to conceive. So I kind of feel bad for her, in that sense, even though I don't really care for her. But yeah, they're having a hard time trying to have a baby. So that's always sad for any person. I would always feel bad for somebody who's unable to do that. So as a result of that, these 3 gossip girls, and that's what they are, because they're sitting around just gossiping, just talking like old women who met up for lunch, and they're sitting around just talking shit about people. That's what they do. Not a good look that Mona are putting y'all in these little situations where y'all men get together and sit around and talk like fucking females. But this is the topic of the conversation, the whole pregnancy thing. A1 hasn't been able to have unprotected sex with his wife because she's focused on her career and she doesn't want to gain any weight and all of this shit. And so Ray J comes up with the bright idea, hey, actually I should say Mona and them came up with the idea of, hey, why don't you guys go get your sperm tested to see what your sperm count is? Since when is it cool that straight men sit around, any fucking man, not even straight, any fucking man, sit around and worry about how much sperm or how much active sperm is moving around in his homeboy's dick? Why would you give a fuck about that? So they decide they're all going to go get their sperm count. They all going to go jack off together and go get their sperm counted. Safari's dumbass is sitting there talking about, yeah, my shit is so high. After I take care of myself in the morning and I shake a girl's hand, she gonna be pregnant. Really? Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and get them their whole scene. I'm gonna just go through that shit now because I don't want to be fucking talking about this bullshit. So they all go meet up to go have their sperm counted. And A1 brings along Lyrica, so that's when Lyrica makes her entrance this season. And he lures her there by telling her that they're going on some kind of date or something. So she's all dressed up and looking nice, and she comes in and sees Safari and Ray J sitting there, and she's like, what the fuck what's going on? And they're like, oh, we're having our sperm count. She starts busting out laughing and shit like, what the fuck is this about? What's going on? Why the fuck are y'all doing this? I'm telling everybody. I was like, all right, I'll be telling motherfuckers too, but shit, you better be careful about that shit because you don't want no rumors to get started about. Because that sounds kind of really suspect. So you don't want no rumors, and we already suspecting your motherfucking husband of, because he's sitting there with his black fingernail polish on and he got this drape on and shit, and his blonde hair and his pearls and all that shit. So we already suspecting your husband. So you don't want to be telling everybody because they'd be getting the wrong idea. All these 3 men went to go get their sperm count tested together and they had to go jack off together. Don't do that bullshit. So then their final scene for the fucking episode. This is sad. Their final scene. The doctor comes back and reads them their sperm count. A1 was in first place, I think, with like 75 million. I don't even give a fuck. 75 million. Safari was next with 40-something million. However, Ray J was at the bottom of like 9 million sperm count. 9 million. And the doctor said, well, yeah, that's actually below the normal because the normal is supposed to be 15 million. So your drunk ass has been fucking up your sperm. And guys need to understand this too. It's not always just the female, who has an effect on whether She's going to be able to conceive or not. A lot of guys don't understand that, like, when you out here drinking and smoking and shit like that, that lowers your sperm count. When you out here putting all kind of crazy shit into your body, it fucks with your sperm. Note. But basically the doctor was like, yeah, you gonna have to stop smoking and we can actually give you some pills to help you out with that. Oh, fuck. I forgot to mention. The loser. This is how I said these are gossiping bitches. They said whoever had the lowest count had to go do a song with fucking Hazel Lee. Hazel Lee ain't even made an appearance in this episode yet. She's being talked about by 3 grown-ass men. We all know her music is trash, but the fact that y'all are sitting there talking shit about her, like literally reading her for filth the whole entire episode. So the fucking loser had to go do a song with Hazel E in the studio. So the fucking Safari said that shit is going to be called Shortcomings. Fucking clown. But anyway, that's the end of these motherfuckers for the season, or for the episode. So then we move on to next scene is Booby. He's coming up out of the pool, and they got it in slow motion trying to make him look all sexy and shit. And he's walking over, and he's walking toward Brooke Valentine. And I'm thinking like, well, damn, how the fuck they know each other? Apparently, they've known each other for a long time, since their days back in Houston and shit, growing up, before Keisha, before Brooke was with Marcus and all of this shit. So they're allegedly just friends. However, the tension, like the sexual tension between these two and shit that even was just said, suggests more than that. Booby is talking about, Brooke starts talking about how shit is going with Marcus or whatever, and she brings up the whole divorce situation to him and shit like that. And he just rolled his motherfucking eyes like, I don't want to hear about this nigga, shit like that. And he's talking about in his confessional, talking about, yeah, a dude would be crazy to let Brooke go, and he better hop on that, and she is the best fucking woman that you can get. And then at the same time, Brooke is talking about, yeah, Booby may have cheated in his past relationship with Keisha, but he is a good man, and any woman will be lucky to have him. And I'm thinking like, and at the same time, she's like rubbing his arm and shit, and he licking his lips, and that ain't even sexy with me doing it. Anyway, he sitting there looking at his lips trying to be sexy. She rubbing his arm and shit. Nah, this time about, are you going to be leaving me? Because he's thinking about going overseas to play ball. Are you going to be leaving me? And I'm thinking, well, shit, if both of y'all think each other is so great, why aren't y'all together? Why haven't y'all been together? Allegedly. But this is the Mon Ami production, so we already know where this little storyline is about to go. So then next scene, we get to the beach. There's AD, Moniece, Masika, Zell's punk ass, and fucking Nia, Soulja Boy's ex-girlfriend. She had found her way back onto the show. I guess they're giving her like a little supporting friend role or something, just to help drum up some drama. So yeah, they're all on the beach, and actually little Cameron is there too, Moniece's son. And he's throwing football with AD or whatever. And it's really cute, the dynamic that they all have and understanding that they have. So Moniece is sitting there, telling the girls, like, damn, it's really cool. Like, I had to explain to Cameron, that's just mommy's roommate. And, she likes to wear boys' clothes and shit like that. Because she doesn't really want to come out and say, hey, I'm a lesbian, or I'm in this lesbian relationship with AD. So this is just what it is. And which is cool, because you don't want to tell a 7-year-old that, because they ain't even gonna know what the fuck that is, and it may not even do nothing but fucking confuse them. So, yeah, it's cool. Just, this is my roommate. We're friends. She dresses like she likes boys' clothes and stuff like that. Moving the fuck on. Moniece moves on to bring up Alexis' Sky name, and I'm just not really. I didn't really understand why she even brought that bitch up. But as soon as she said that shit, Masika was not here for it. She got her ass up and was giving, I'm not giving that bitch any energy, any of my camera time. I don't give a fuck about this bitch. And got up and walked the fuck off. And she said, y'all come get me when y'all done talking about that bitch. I said, well, shit. But Moniece basically went down the list of the dudes that Moniece has been with, or that Masika has been with. She was like, yeah, Nikki don't like her because she slept with Molly. Hazel don't like her because she slept with Berg, even though Berg wasn't fucking Hazel's man. He never fucking claimed her as a girlfriend, so that don't fucking count. I'm tired of them talking about that shit with Hazel and Berg. Like, that was just fucking, that was it. And then she said, well, yeah, Alexis don't like her because she fucked around with Fetty and then got pregnant and all this shit. So, I mean, Masika, you have a track record for kind of bopping around and shit and fucking everybody. So, it is what it is. But I get you, sis, when you say you're not giving that bitch no camera time. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. I'm not about to talk about that bitch. So that was that little scene. I think that's all we saw of Moniece. Yeah, that's all I think we saw of Moniece this episode. But anyway, then we move on to Brooke meeting up with Marcus in the park. Marcus finally found time, and there wasn't another distraction, as he said last week. There wasn't any distraction, so he was actually able to sign the paperwork. She was all happy and shit, talking about, yeah, this is kissing him and shit. And I'm like, bitch, what are you? This shit should have been done. Why the fuck are you like? Why would that make you happy that he finally signed the paperwork when this motherfucker lied to you and told you that his divorce was final a year ago before y'all got together? Anyway, what she did say, she was like, I'm kind of gonna, look at that with the, just keep that shit in the back of my mind because I'm still trying to figure out why you didn't tell me. Like, it has to be something, some reason as to why you lied to me about it and why you didn't tell me. So I guess I could give her that. But, and usually, like me, in those kind of situations, when I'm thinking shit, when shit usually don't make sense, it's usually not fucking true. I got that shit from Judge Judy like 20 years ago when I used to watch her shit every day religiously. She always used to say, usually if shit don't make sense, it's not true. And I've always kept that in my mind. So same situation here. There was a reason. Some shit happened to why as to why he didn't tell you about this fucking divorce. So it's usually some bullshit involved. So moving on. Let's go to Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole goes with her cousin to meet up with Too Short at a restaurant. They're sitting down just talking, and she's talking about the dynamic that they have, her and Boobie have as far as co-parenting and how great it is. And Too Short is like, oh yeah, this is cool, you don't want any drama with raising a kid and shit like that. But then Keisha turns around and says, oh yeah, we're living together. And Too Short was like, what? Like, oh no, wait a minute, bitch. And him and the cousin start laughing at her motherfucking ass. And I was sitting there laughing too, because I'm like, you just sound fucking ridiculous. Y'all sound like Juan and fucking Robin from Real Housewives of Potomac. Bullshit. That living together and y'all not together and y'all going through the divorce for the sake of the kids and shit like that. It's never gonna motherfucking work. Let the shit go. So she's sitting there looking stupid, and he's asking her questions like, well, damn, like, how far are y'all rooms apart? Do you hear girls in there and shit when he's bringing chicks back to the house and shit? And she's sitting there like, we don't do that we don't have company at the house like that and shit. And they just fucking laughing at her ass, and I am too, because, bitch, you sound stupid. So then there's a little closing scene. Boobie and Keisha, she decides to sit down, and finally, after 3 years, she wants to go ahead and finalize the divorce as the cameras are filming her doing all of this. So, he sits down and he goes into his second scripted apology. Well, not even an apology. This is an appreciation speech this time. Last week it was the scripted apology. Now this week is the scripted appreciation speech that they wrote for him. And the reason I'm saying it's scripted is because when he's talking, yeah, Keisha, I really just appreciate everything that you've done for me. And he's stuttering and shit, all forgetting lines and shit. And I'm just ad-libbing this shit, and I sound better than saying it than he does. Oh yeah, Keisha, I really appreciate what you've done for me. You've always been there for me when when things were going bad for me, and I am forever indebted to you. And I'm sitting there like, really, Mona? Y'all really want us to believe this is some genuine shit that he's speaking off the top of his brain? This motherfucker can barely speak English, his country ass. You want us to believe that he's going to sit there and have this whole speech talking about how he's forever indebted to Keisha? Not here. Not here. And I haven't even I can't wait to watch other people's reviews that I normally watch of this show. Because I can just only imagine what the fuck was been said. So that was the end of Keisha and Booby for this episode. Let's get to fucking messy ass Zell. I told y'all last week, I knew when I saw Zell walk onto that set that I wasn't going to like this bitch. Yeah, he's a little funny. He's shady as fuck. It's cool for the camera. But I knew that he was going to be a messy ass bitch. I said that as soon as he hit that corner during his introduction last week at that pool party, I said, I'm not going to like this bitch. She looks like a messy ass punk. And that's exactly what the fuck he is. He meets up with Alexis Sky. They make up, because remember last week she threw the bag and hit him in the face, and he threw the drink in retaliation. They just make up with instantly. I'm like, these two motherfuckers are that pressed for camera time to where y'all just forget any type of fucking drama and y'all agree to just make up just so y'all can have a scene to get to plot to get to Masika and all of this bullshit. So they make up. Alexis starts going into her little speech. Hold on, I'm from the ATL, and we don't do all of that talking. I'm a boss, and I do what it takes. I do whatever it takes to get what I want, and I moved here for my man, but yet I got to get back at this bitch. First of all, once again, why the fuck are you worried about Masika? You keep saying the fact that you moved to California to be with your man. Why are you worried about Fetty and Masika? Some shit from 2 to 3 years ago. Why? We know why. Because you're trying to get camera time. You're trying to have scenes. You're trying to create a storyline. But bitch, you look ridiculous in the process. And Zale, you're messy as fuck because you're sitting here having a conversation about your friend Masika about... Wait, I'm sorry, I said that all wrong. You're sitting here having a conversation with Alexis about your friend Masika. That's bullshit. So he comes up with this plan and talking about he's going to try to get these two together, and he really commemorates or commends. Oh, fuck, he really commends Alexis on trying to settle this like a grown woman, and she's just as real as the bag that she threw in his face last week. So this motherfucker, actually, I'm going to say that for the end because that was the closing scene. So they agree to, that they're going to be cool and they're going to try to get a little meeting together between Alexis and Masika. Move on to this new character named Chanel West Coast. It's this little white girl. She's a DJ. She's a dancer. She's a rapper. She's a singer. She is a fashion designer. She is a talented artist ever since she was a little girl. This is like the little skinny white girl giving me Mariah Lynn from New York. That's what I'm saying, Mona. Y'all got to come up with different... If y'all want to try to bring in people, like bring in somebody that's new and fresh, that's not going to give us like some kind of replica of somebody else. Like Cardi B was new and fresh. She was a clown. We all fucking love her. She's ridiculous as fuck. But it was something different. But then y'all tried to damn near clone her with the whole Lovely Mimi in Atlanta. That didn't quite work out so well for Lovely Mimi. I don't think... Anyway, why am I talking about that? But y'all get what I'm saying. Like, don't... Stop bringing in these people that are like almost replicas of people from your other shows. Anyway, so just so happens she went to the prom with Nikki Baby's brother. So now Nikki is like cool with her. So that's her connection with Nikki. So Nikki's at this pool party where Chanel is DJing. Also, out of the fucking blue, comes Jade, who is Chanel's best friend. Now, Jade is the bitch that was fucking with Rich Dollars, I think maybe 2 seasons ago. And she was a paralegal from LA. And you remember the Rich's daughter just let her have it when they met up and they end up breaking up. And she said that, oh, Moniece came between me and Rich or whatever. So I already see that's going to be a part of the storyline to get Moniece in some drama. Because right now, Moniece is good. But, there has to be drama. So that's going to be the link to get to Moniece. Also, this is the link, the paralegal that's helping Marcus. Come on, piece it together. It's so calculated. We fucking see that shit. So, what's her name? Lyrica, Nikki, this chick Chanel, and Jade are all standing in a circle talking, and Jade throws out there, yeah, I'm fucking with some man that he's married. I'm helping him get a divorce and all of this shit. And the girl's like, oh, he's still married. Then she throws out there, oh, but do you know his name is Marcus Black? Like, who the fuck does that? You just met Lyrica and Nikki at a pool party all of 2 minutes, and you're already telling who the name of your man is and what your business is with this man. Mona, y'all expect us to believe that? Come on. It's beginning to get just ridiculous, man. But anyway, and in the meantime, like, Nikki's standing there dancing looking like a fucking piece of plexiglass with this G-string on at this day party. Talking about, yeah, I'm beautiful and everybody wants to look at what I got and all this bullshit. I'm like, bitch, put some motherfucking clothes on. The cameras didn't even want us to show that shit because it was so fucking nasty. They blurred her ass out. That's how much she was doing. Anyway, moving the fuck on. Last scene, which was probably the best scene of the whole. Which was probably the best scene of the whole episode. So Zale, like I said, Zale wants to try to set up some kind of meeting between Alexis and Masika. So Zale meets up with Masika, and she's like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, yeah, I just want to talk to you about something. She's like, all right, I already know there's some drama. This motherfucker starts stuttering. He couldn't even get the words out to say, I met up with Alexis Sky. As soon as he said motherfucking Alexis Sky's name, Masika flipped the fuck out. She said, fuck you, fuck the production. She starts cussing the damn production out. Talk about, give me my motherfucking phone. I'm calling my lawyers. I told y'all I'm not filming or doing no bullshit. They got to do with this bitch or my motherfucking daughter. I told y'all this shit. Give me my goddamn phone. I'm out of here. Take this motherfucking mic. I'm leaving. She gets outside. She pushes the damn camera woman. I'm like, oh shit. Masika was pissed off. She starts cussing Zale's motherfucking ass out. You fake ass bitch. Why would you even bring me here to talk about this bitch? I already told your ass on the beach that I didn't want to have anything to do with that bitch. I'm not giving that bitch any of my energy. You're not my motherfucking friend. She let his ass have it. But of course, he had to throw one in there, which he did get her ass. She's walking down the street, talking about how you're doing this shit for camera time, and this is your first season, and you're not my motherfucking friend, and all this shit, and that bitch is just trying to get camera time and all this shit, which is the motherfucking truth. I totally felt you, Masika, on that shit. But Zell's ass had to get her. He said, bitch, your ankles are even fucking dirty. Bitch, you ain't got no budget. Shady ass motherfucking cameraman zooms in on this bitch's ankles, and they are black. Like she been walking on the black concrete. Looking fucking nasty and disgusting. Like, really, Masika? But that fucking cameraman, like, that was shady as fuck the way they zoomed in on that shit. However, I'm like, well, you can't really be mad at the damn cameraman because, like I said, this bitch start throwing drinks at him and pushing the camera woman. So, bitch, hell yeah, I'm gonna look at your dirty ass motherfucking ankles. But yeah, we see how this shit gonna turn out next week. So, the event is next week, and we're hopefully gonna see what the fuck is gonna happen with Brooke confronting Jade. Oh, I forgot to even mention that shit. Brooke, Lyrica, and Nia meet up at the at a dance studio. Lyrica basically tells Brooke that, yeah, I met this girl named Jade at a pool party, and she said that she's been fucking your man, and that she's the paralegal on the case, and you know it is what it is. Nia, I guess she had to get in there and get her little shine or whatever for a second. Says, oh yeah, Safari invited me to an event next week and a coconut oil release party or some shit. You've been having this oil for 3 years. Why the fuck do we need a release party now? But anyway, he's having an event and Chanel is supposed to be performing at that. So since Jade is Chanel's best friend, it's almost certain she's going to be there. So they're all like, oh yeah, okay, we should all showing up. So this party is supposed to be in the next episode. So I guess Brooke will be confronting Jade and we'll see how this shit gonna turn out. So, oh, there was no Hazel this episode. I think I already mentioned that. No Tiara. I guess Hazel, they probably said, Hazel, you was too motherfucking much last week, bitch. The security was over you already. You was in 3 fucking fights. We're done with you for this episode. We're gonna give you a little break. So the bitch probably be back next week. Her and her nose. But anyway, y'all, go ahead, like the video, subscribe, comment. Let me know what the fuck y'all thought. I will see y'all next week. Later.